Get in, nerds. We are playing Victoria 3. We are going after Scandinavia once again to get the Finnish territory back that they stole through what might have been a glitch, but in my opinion, it wasn't. In my opinion, it was international treachery. Yeah. Scandinavia was the first country I played on the channel. You know what? We'll just go ahead and get rid of these inactive trade routes. I don't need them. 2 arms. My trade routes interface has failed to load. That's okay. Well, it was short on infrastructure, so we're going to need to build ourselves a railway up there. And you know what? We'll go ahead and pop that up to the top of the thing here. It's going to take some time. Oh boy, these wheat farms are going to take a minute. Did you declare bankruptcy again, Shanxi? Gosh darn it. Okay, hold up. I can do something about this. Where am I building? Inner Mongolia? Road maintenance. So that means that's still really bad. That's not even scratching it. Golly. Well, I'm gonna put those all the way at the bottom of the queue. Shanxi, why are you bankrupt? Oh my gosh, that's terrible. That's really, really bad. I'm even giving you money and knowledge, Shanxi. Why are you like this? Wait, hold on. Subject payments? Are you giving me money? No, they're not. Well, this is just minus 33% weekly liberty desire increase. It's free liberty desire reduction. Does that really work? It does. No, it doesn't. It doesn't actually change anything. Alright. Well, that's fine. I'll leave that in place just in case it starts to matter later. Alright. War against Scandinavia is going really, really well. I'm going to queue in all of those just to make sure that we get what we deserve to get. And we're on our way to Scania, their capital. Unfortunately, I've devastated the territory that I'm going to be taking. But am I devastating other parts of the country? Yeah, okay, here we go, yes. I currently am devastating Norland. Well, that is what it is. Prussia's reducing relations with me. Proletarian revolt in Denmark, but there's no Denmark anymore. It's somewhere else. It's over here in the in Africa and various places. Interesting. Great Britain's fighting the Netherlands over something. You two have fun. I just hope both sides have fun. Literacy is going way up. I should look into... Let me actually take a quick run at my tech situation. Weekly innovation is 136. And that is the innovation cap. Alright, beautiful. Ooh, no general. Need a general. Let me see. You are a hedonist and a traditionalist. Seems fine. And I can or cannot build universities. I cannot. Because I can't. It's probably because they're a government building, but it does seem like the sort of thing that it would be sensible to be able to build. Hey, United Principalities, are you gonna frickin' annex Wallachia yet? You gonna do this thing? You gonna do the thing you should be doing? Yeah, so unfortunately I've got high infamy, which means all of my subjects are a little restless, but I'm not too worried about that. It's gonna go down pretty soon. And as long as I stay cool, as long as I stay chill, things will be fine. Oh goodness, this army is a little bit low on organization as well. You're a stalwart defender. You can head up the situation here. Let's take a look at some of this devastation. 8.2, not bad. I'm not concerning myself that much with devastation, but I'm not concerning myself with it because again, I really feel like they got me. They really got me in a goofy way, and I'm you know, I'm happy to be goofing them up back. So once this is over, we're going to give all this stuff back to the Grand Duchy of Finland, and that'll be just fine. They're extremely loyal to us at present. I'll probably reduce their autonomy. Things are really bad in Dagestan. What's good? Could definitely use some fertilizer plants and steel mills. So we'll build some fertilizer plants and steel mills. And we'll throw those all the way at the top of the construction queue because we're building things that are important but not critically important. That's going to take a long time, but that's okay. After that, we'll go back to the government stuff. I got 3 events here, so let's take a look. Language in the classroom. Mashriki students sometimes use their native language in Russian schools. Some have called for teachers to penalize the use of these languages, forcing children to speak the official language of Russia. You noticed it too, right? He gets angry when anyone talks in class, but he always gets angrier when we're talking. Maybe he thinks we're talking about him. I think he just doesn't like being reminded that we know something he doesn't. Schools should teach them the proper language. How many Mashriki Pops are there in Ungria? Just for my own edification. Oh, none. Well, that's weird. What are they doing, anyway? Mashriki is generally in this area. A foreign manifesto. The recently translated works of Wang Zhang have become popular within the movement to enact cultural exclusion. The relationship has developed to the point of Wang Zhang openly endorsing the movement. Wang Zhang is a Han Confucian royalist, aligned with the armed forces. And for a whole large class, there is no other road, especially for a nation so eminently practical as the Russian. The great thing is to get the working class to move as a class. That once obtained, they will soon find the right direction, and all who resist will be left out in the cold with small sects of their own. Now, this foreign interference ought to be punished. Actually, hold on. I don't want to upset the intelligentsia. Our struggle is an international one. And then the concert interrupted. The outbreak of war in Europe, spurred by the aggressive actions of Great Britain, has led the Gentry Assembly to begin lobbying against British interests. Those damnable fools! I had investments there. Does their emperor think himself to be Napoleon? Who will be next to take advantage? The Danes, I expect. Yes, the Danes. I suppose so. Regardless, you know what to do now. He departed with a slammed door and a scowl. The secretary, left behind, had already prepared an envelope addressed to Birmingham. With luck, it would arrive within the month and permit something to be salvaged of this mess. Great Britain had every chance to choose differently. An anti-country lobby swarm targeting Great Britain. Did we not have one of those? I guess we didn't. Or how quickly they turned tail. A hasty realignment. I'm going to do the first one. So that's going to put, that's going to create an anti-British society and move the gentry assembly into it. And they're going to, oh no, they're still in the Russian-Prussian fellowship. Well, that's chill. All right. And we have essentially fully taken over Scandinavia at this point. Yeah, we might as well just wait until they're fully capitulated. Might as well win. Might as well win the war. I'm going to go ahead and decrease their autonomy now. Again, that's going to goof up my other puppets, but I'm not super worried about that. I'm about to give them a bunch of territory, so that'll be fun. So now this is not the Grand Duchy of Finland, it's just Finland. I'm going to reduce subject payments. This Finland's economy is beautiful. And then I'm going to grant them their states back. So there's Austro-Bithynia. Oulu. And Uusimaa. This is Uusimaa, right? Yes. Okay. All right. And now Finland is once again whole. How is the diplomatic screen looking? Everything's looking solid. Empire of Korea is obviously higher on the independence scale than I would like, but everyone else is looking rock solid. Shanxi, of course, is a long-term goal. Ooh, booming industries. Wonderful. Industrial boom. With the recent expansion in both production and consumption of explosives in our country, there's been much debate on whether the military or the industrial sector should have priority. Why should we worry about how much dirt we can move? And we should be thinking about how to defend our country. How do you think about us starting more wars? We should put this to use for workers instead. They're more important. You should try to support both industries, 33% explosives factory throughput. Give it to the industrial sector, 20% mines throughput. Give it to the military sector, 33% munitions plants throughput. I'm going to give it to the industrial sector. I kind of always do that. So I need to chill for a bit because my infamy is high. So let's... Look, I've got some available decisions. Let's see. Oh, yes, I got river expeditions. But that's okay. So if the Great Game ends now, triggers event the Great Triumph. Okay, so I think it might be wherever it is. If I've got victory in all of the areas, I will get a great victory. So every country in the Caucasus, Central Asia, and Persia strategic region. Caucasus, Central Asia, and Persia is a subject or power block of either Russia or Great Britain. Okay, so all I need to do is grab cars from the Ottoman Empire, and that'll mean every country in all these regions... Or wait, hang on. Is Uyghurstan part of this? Let's see. Hold on. So Persia is this territory. Both of those are part of my block. Central Asia... Yes, Uyghurstan does count. So I need to get Uyghurstan. And then Caucasus... Yeah, is just this area. This area right here. So once I've got Kars and Uyghurstan, we'll will be good to go. I don't have the influence necessary to improve relations with Egerstan, but I'm doing pretty alright as a whole. Spain fall out of the great powers they did. That's why my influence is goofed. Scandinavia is my rival, though. Yes, they are. Beautiful. And power projection is really rock solid. I have to say, I'm tempted to just boost up my... Oh, you know what I can do here? Hold on. Oh, I've got a new training method available. So... I'm going to get one of my military shipyards producing steel-hulled ships. And we need to start using... ironclad ships, because that's really going to increase our increase the effectiveness of our fleets. Korean attitude worsened. Well, why would Korea's attitude worsen? Well, they're defiant. They're defiant. Again, this is partially because of my infamy. How's their... You're not completely bankrupt, are you? No. Alright, beautiful. Let's see, what can I build up in your country to goof up your economy and make us more closely aligned? Fertilizer plants are still a little rough. Price of grain could definitely be higher. Or it could definitely be lower. Oh boy! The Ripper, gruesome murders. The Standard newspaper reports a series of horrific murders in Tula. According to the article, the police are powerless to stop the murderer, whom they dubbed the Oriole Ripper. The ragged old market is full of police lights and pickpockets. The corpse lay face down in the street. There's a long, dark stain that has been following it like a patient hunter all night. The inspector moves closer, long dried. The red becomes lighter near the head. Move the body. He moves closer again. Butchered, fetid. The smell won't leave the street for days. There's more inside than outside of that woman to see now. Closer, closer. Long dried. Butchered, fetid, repulsive. We must bring the killer to justice. Interesting. So if I recall correctly, this event chain goes a lot better if you got higher policing. So let's just go ahead and bump up our policing. Now, what was I doing? I was building farms in Korea. Let's build... Oh, well, you know the formula. 6 rice farms in each region should help. Feeding the people is of critical importance, wouldn't you say? So, I'm going to throw all of these at the top, but they're not going to stay there. We are going to build those eventually, but first, let's finish out all of this industry that I've gotten queued in already. And then we'll start getting to work on those rice farms. And this will be fun. We'll get to see what the end of the great game is. I didn't ever end up codifying the Chinese border, but I didn't have any cause to fight the Heavenly Kingdom, because they're our friends. Tula's liberty desire is moderate. Well, it'll go down once my infamy clears up. Let's see. Other than... could decrease the autonomy of Muhammara, but again, don't need that. Let me see. Akmalinsk is another place I could develop. Oh, the org. Oh, fake army. Get out of here. I have to say, my, Korea, you need to chill, buddy. You need to relax. I'm going to build so many farms in you. You're going to be chock full. You're going to be absolutely stuffed. You're going to have so much rice. It's going to blow your mind. And you're going to make a lot of money, by which I mean Scandinavia. You are getting on my nerves right now, Scandinavia. You know what? I can do a road maintenance decree in Dagestan to make these go faster. You know, I actually have to say, originally I was like, there's no way I'm going to use that frickin' ability to do decrees in other countries, but actually, now that I'm getting 5 authority from each subject state, and I've got 1 million of them, it actually makes a certain degree of sense. It actually makes really solid sense as a way of approaching how to do stuff. So it's funny because I originally was like, yeah, that's probably not gonna matter. Bengal, are you still reducing relations with me? And there's the monitor. Beautiful. So now we can go ahead and increase our fleet's frigates to monitors. Maybe they need to be in port to upgrade. Alright, so my infamy is back down to reputable. So let's take a quick look at diplomacy and see where we're at. Starting at the top here, Afghanistan is mid. It's going down a little bit. Baltic Governorates going down. Dacheng going down rapidly. Empire of Korea still going up. Interesting. Once they're better entangled with our economy, they'll be going down. So again, what's the basis of this? What's causing them to? Yeah, I think it's primarily that the clout of the interest groups in government that's getting doubled for some reason. Ooh, institutional, and I got the Metropolitan Police event. Finland's doing just fine. Heavenly Kingdom's fine. Kalat is now going down at a rapid rate. Very good. Manchuria is going down. Forgot I had them as a protectorate, to be completely honest. Serbia is going down. Ooh, that's actually rock solid. Very nice. And Shanxi is finally going down. Because, again, there's a little bit of economic entanglement. And Tuva is going down. They are dependent on us. Economically. So, ooh, and I can impose laws on countries. Ooh. If only they could impose interventionism on me. The Metropolitan Police. The dedicated police forces have solved a series of high-profile murders in St. Petersburg thanks to our investment in their institution. Public confidence in the police is at an all-time high. St. Petersburg by gaslight can be a treacherous place. The papers would have you believe that danger lurks around every corner, but all that is set to change. With a pillar patrolman on every street, our citizens will be able to stride confidently in the knowledge that they are protected from the criminal element. Medals for all our brave bobbies, 33% servicemen pops become loyalists. Or, St. Petersburg's finest around the case, reduce radicals from standard of living decreases. I'm going to go with the second one because we got a little bit of a standard of living issue in Ingria. And there's ironclads, a doctrine of iron and steam. The introduction of vessels with metal-skinned hulls represents nothing less than a revolution in naval warfare. Near impervious to traditional types of shot, Admiral Mikhail Kelch assures us that the Russian dominion of the sea will be absolute. While wooden ships with iron men might beat iron ships with wooden men, it sure doesn't hurt to have the armor on our side. This will make our line of battle invincible. 10% Navy defense for 9 years. Metal bows, metal rams. What could go wrong? 20% Navy offense, minus 10% Navy defense. While Russia rules the waves, 10% prestige from Navy power projection. I'm going to go with the first one, Navy defense. I know I'm trying to get my power projection up. That is something I'm working on, but the sensible thing is to just continue to make our navies stronger to help us win wars, and that's the better way to get power projection up. The shallow draft solution. Designed for coastal defense operations, what monitors lack in ocean-going capabilities, they make up for in cost-effectiveness. Admiral Alexander Buturlin has informed the Admiralty in St. Petersburg that his fleet will keep any foes away from Russian waters. Sir, while it might indeed look like a cheese box on a raft, I assure you that the 15-inch guns she carries in that box of hers are no laughing matter. Secure shores means secure commerce, 10% trade center throughput. Let us orient our naval doctrine around them, 10% Navy defense. Or we don't win by having the best ships, we win by having the most. Minus 10% attack and defense, plus 10% military shipyards throughput. I'm going to do the second one. I'm going to go for another 10% defense bump. That'll be just nice. Korea has an uprising in Formosa to deal with. Do you have a navy? Korea, do you have an ability to win this war? I'm going to align with Korea on this just to make sure that it doesn't wind up a hairball because they don't have any navies. Alright, and yes, the Pacific Fleet is working on getting upgraded, so that's nice. That's wonderful. Hey! And the naval upgrades have pushed us up into position 1. We don't have a comfortable lead over Great Britain, but we're working on it. So I'm feeling pretty pleased about that, friends. It is 1883, and Russia has hit the #1 position in world politics. We're at 23 infamy, so we're going to go down slowly. Let's take... here we go. The Ripper, clapped in irons. The killer known as the Oriole Ripper, who has long plagued the state of Tula, has finally been arrested. The inspector grips his walking stick firmly. He hardly smiles. The face of the culprit is dimly lit by the cellar light. From this distance he resembles one of the inspector's childhood friends, his cousin, every other policeman. He doesn't even lift his head when they serve him some bland porridge. It's over now. The inspector can't take his eyes off the man. The light flickers. Someone has already told the press. The office is filled with voices. The killer mutters something. He hardly smiles. We got the bastard. 10% extra authority, not that I need it. Yeah, so that event, when that kicks off, it's, and the Ripper, the Murderer Ripper at Large is completed. So that when you hit institution level 5, that ends pretty quickly. How long have we been going here? We're at almost half an hour. I think it's time. So let me take a quick look. Russian Cars is going to get 6 infamy to conquer. Ligerstan is going to be 9.5 infamy to just conquer the entire country, I believe. The entire Tarim Basin. Or 3.8 to turn them into a protectorate. So I'm going to shoot for next episode being the one where we complete the Great Game. And yeah, we'll see what happens. We're going to get a great triumph. Britain's going to get a great defeat. We'll see how things go. But for now, I've had fun. I hope you all have had fun as well. And I will see you on the other side.